Hello everyone, and welcome to another Randall's Criterium video breakdown. This race took place on March 7th, Saturday. This was second race in a series of 3 races, and I will be racing next weekend again, March 15th for the final series race. For this race, we actually brought 4 teammates. With a temporary team kit of a Cookie Monster, and I will post a picture right here. It's pretty funny, a funny kit. But in general, today it was pretty cold. It was around 33 to 35 degrees Fahrenheit, and it was really heavy headwind in one of the sections. So compared to last time, we had a huge crosswind throughout the whole course. We had a headwind and a tailwind section here. So it was a different racing dynamic. Overall, I think I did a lot better than the first race. We'll see the results at the end. But I did a lot better job at holding wheels and keeping with the pack and saving a lot more energy than I did last time. That resulted in me being able to sprint and actually being in that fight for the position right at the end in the last lap. So positives all around today. We are now here still waiting to start. I started my GoPro a little bit early. However, I did figure out how to sync my power data with my video correctly, so everything should be correct for this video. The teammates, the team name is Rash Racing, and the teammates today were Bryce, Andrew, and Malcom. And all of us will be racing again, as I said, for that last race. We should be starting here at any moment.
Any questions at this moment?
Right. And here we go. Well, looks like the power was a couple of seconds off, but still should be a lot better than last time. So here right away we have a neutral lap, same as last time. However, today the front scooter guy, whatever you would call him, actually did a good job with staying slower, keeping a slower speed and keeping the field all together bunched up. He actually slowed down a lot right before the finish, which kind of really made everybody swerve around, kind of come around me, swarm around me, which felt a little bit sketchy, but it was okay. But as you see right now, I am not where I want to be. I'm way too far back. Even for the neutral lap, I don't want to be here. I want to be right at the start, because I know the race will start pretty hard. This guy in front of me right now is a really strong guy in a race. So here I'm slowly getting up to the front. This section right here is a very heavy headwind section, or was a headwind section for this race. So the field wasn't really motivated to work a lot. Nobody really wanted to pull on this section specifically. But as you see, I'm already trying my best to keep closer to the wheel than the last week. Keeping that right side closed off, even though it's a headwind. It's kind of a slight cross at some points, or at some times in a race, or felt like it was. So I was trying to stay protected. If you remember my last video, I was staying left almost the whole time, which wasn't beneficial. I like those pink, the pink bar tape. Guy on the left. Yeah, we're staying around 9 miles an hour. I think that's what the neutral lap should be. But as you can see, it's a lot more bunched up than last time. And the road here is narrow, especially looking at these boulders or rocks around. It makes me feel a bit nervous watching the video. So this is another thing I was trying to do, and maybe, not right now, wasn't the best time, but leaving a little bit of a gap before this uphill corner, just so then I can take the corner without actually needing to brake, which then resulted in me needing to put out a less power coming out of the corner. And now here you'll see the lead motorcycle starts to slow down a lot, which is okay. However, I wasn't expecting this, so I got a little sketched out by people, swarming around me. You see a lot of people come around, and considering how right after that first turn the road becomes kind of narrow, it was felt a little weird, coming into the corner at this speed with a lot of people around. So I took outside here just to stay kind of safe. Almost hit that sign, I didn't even see that. But yeah, so we're starting off quick right away. As expected. I'm, further back than I want to be. Not ideal positioning right now. And this part right here is kind of a tailwind, slight tailwind, so it's really hard to actually attack. And we're already going 30 miles an hour, so passing here isn't gonna be efficient. So I'm just trying to stay with the field. I'm gonna try and take this corner and then turn right on the inside here and stay on the inside right here. So this was my kind of goal for this race, to try and hug the inside. I was kind of confused that everybody was on the outside. Again, it wasn't a crosswind like last time, it was more of a headwind, but I was still trying to take that corner. And then here I noticed that the top group already had a separation, so in order for me to be there, I really had to attack right here, put in a nice little dig just to catch up. Because on this course, if you get dropped, it's very, very unlikely that the group behind will catch up. Just the nature of the course, especially with the wind. So here I'm catching up to the lead group. I expect them to slow down coming into that corner to the right, a sharp corner, so I'm slowing down a little bit. I don't need to actually be right on their wheels right now. I have enough momentum to get there. This is one of the juniors right in front of me on the right side, light blue. And so here I'm with the group. I think the group I was in initially, the one I had to bridge from, got dropped already. And unfortunately, two of our teammates stayed in that group. They didn't react to that move right away, and they ended up getting dropped and pulled out of the race early. It was their first race of the season, so hopefully for next time we'll be better prepared. But even just racing this race again, coming from next week or last weekend, it makes a huge difference for myself. Like just knowing the course and knowing which, how to follow wheels, where to be, where to position, makes a tremendous amount of difference when you try and be smart. So here we're speeding up. I'm still on the outside here, even though I think I should be on the inside on this one. So I still have a lot of things to work on, but I think I'm doing a lot better with following wheels. In this tailwind section, I was kind of swerving, but like not really swerving in a dangerous way. I was trying to not use my brakes, so I would make sure there's nobody behind me, and I would kind of go into the gap versus braking behind this guy like this. I didn't want to really touch my brakes and lose all the momentum. So here we're just coasting. Let's see how I take this corner again. Good. And again, I'm going on the inside, and here I can put in a little dig and just pass these guys going wide. So compared to last time, I think this was a great change for myself. And again, we have these little gaps opening up between the top group and the guys I'm with. So I think what I need to work on for the next time is really staying up in this group. So my teammate Bryce is up there first, second wheel the whole time, and he's doing an excellent job of just staying in those top 5 wheels, which then again he doesn't have to do these little digs to catch up to the lead group. So I think my next job for next week is just to stay there and try and be more efficient right at the top. So here you can see we slow down to 17 miles an hour. This is the headwind section and nobody was really motivated here to work, so I put in a little attack. So my teammate Bryce was up in front, so I wanted to make the field work a little bit more. Oh yeah, so this foundation guy, the white kid, I was trying to cover his moves as best I could, but something that I did not know in the race is he actually had 2 other teammates with him who had red kits, so we didn't really know at the time that they were teammates, which kind of made sense after the race, and I will show you guys why. So here I'm trying to cover his move and follow these guys. Everybody's behind me already, so we caught them early on. I'm bringing the whole field with me, so they're not gonna, I know they're not gonna really go anywhere, so I'm not really trying to close them all the way. I'm hoping someone's gonna pull through and close this gap. So they do that right here. So this red guy, another foundation guy, is the one of the teammates for the other white guy in front. Oh, so you see, we brought them back. We're putting in a pretty decent dig here for tailwind. I'm hitting this, what do you call them? Manhole covers pretty hard, but they're not terrible. They just kind of startle you, but they're not as dangerous as they seem on a video. So the guy in the front right now is a very strong kid. He was pulling for a decent amount of this race, especially the last 3 laps. He just took it upon himself to pull the whole field to the finish. So here these foundation guys are attacking again, so I'm trying to cover their move. At the time, again, I have no idea that they're teammates. I probably should read the actual thing on their jerseys. But my assumption was that your jersey has to match. So here, I'm sitting third wheel, I'm expecting the attack. I'm hoping somebody will pull through. Ooh, I almost hit his wheel. And so he lets the white guy roll forward here. And so I was thinking about bringing him back, but at this point I didn't know they were teammates. So I'm hoping somebody else will pull through, because I've been bringing this guy back already last lap, but no one comes past me. And around here I hear the 2 red guys say, don't follow, let him go. And then it clicked to me, and then I realized that we're actually teammates. And so I can still bring him back, and at this point I'm thinking he's not gonna make it because of the headwind. You know, he's gonna try, but he's gonna just die off. Spoiler alert, he didn't. He actually broke away and finished the race first. So, looking back at this, if I knew they were teammates when he attacked, I would definitely follow him. That would probably mean that the other 2 guys would follow me, so if we were the only ones away, I would kind of be at a disadvantage, but I'm pretty sure that my teammate would follow that move as well. So here I'm just on the front, which was a mistake. I don't know why I'm sitting here. I should have just went back, but no one's pulling through. I'm trying to let guys go. But I don't think anybody at this point really knows that the guys are really working together. So here we have we have rest of the field pulled through. And at this point the other guy already has 20 seconds in front. So we're speeding up here, and I'm kind of thinking, okay, we're going fast enough. We should be able to catch up. And here, I get pushed off the road. I was actually in the grass for a little bit, and I barely got back because the road is actually raised a little bit above the dirt. So it was a struggle to actually turn right and back onto the road. That was a little scary. Also taking this corner, I had a few close calls where I felt like I was gonna slide down. So overall it was a pretty eventful race, I would say. And here we are still keeping decent speed, so guys are motivated still, and this is a headwind section, which is usually we slow down a lot here, but what's gonna start happening now is the foundation guys are gonna start shutting down every move. So you'll see them sitting up there, first, second, third wheels, and just not doing anything, which is smart. I'll not complain. I mean, I can't complain because I would do the same if my teammate was up. But yeah, it was just a little frustrating. Yeah, now we're slowing down a lot, slowing down to 19 through this stretch. I think organizers overall did a better job with pulling people today. But there were a few occasions where lap riders were endangering the field a little bit. One thing I'm noticing, I'm still putting a lot of power out of every turn. Hitting 600, 700 out of every corner. I think what I need to do is just try and bring more momentum into the corner itself. I feel like, especially when I'm this far back from the front, I tend to brake every time. I'm just scared of hitting people, and so I hit the brakes, and every time I hit the brakes, I just need to push a lot more watts to just catch up to the guys in front. I'm a little heavier at 200 pounds, 195 now actually. So it still takes a lot to get myself moving. At this point, this is probably the top group. There might be like 5 guys behind me, and that's it. And this is pretty early into the race, 20 minutes in, not even 16 minutes in. So here I go wide. I didn't want to brake again. I just kept my momentum going, and I took this corner almost too sharp, but I made it through. And now I'm gonna have to dig just to catch up to the guys. But you know, again, the foundation guys are shutting down every move and really slowing down this stretch of the road. My teammates up front trying to drill it, but unfortunately for him, no one else is working. And so at some point here, I think I'm gonna go up to him and try and tell him to just relax, and we'll wait for the field sprint. But I think we were still pretty motivated, or at least at this point in the race, I think we were still trying to catch up to the front guy. So here I'm gonna attack. And so now I don't have a rear camera. However, I attacked, and right behind me was a foundation guy. So he followed every one of my moves, same as my teammates' moves. Really good team tactics on their part. So now I'm gonna try and take this corner well, bring as much speed as I can, and then on the next stretch I'm gonna try and have somebody pull through, but that probably will not happen. Yeah, and I think what we need to do better is, I think my teammate here should attack. If I'm just sitting here slowing down and no one's helping, to pull through, push through, I think we need to do a better job of just, attacking the field over and over again. So the 915 guy goes up again and pulls for a decent amount. Here's my teammate. You can see our jerseys. There's a Cookie Monster design. It was a pretty inexpensive $20 Amazon purchase, but we ended up matching, which was the goal for this race. So here I dropped the wheel, which wasn't ideal, so I'm putting in a lot of power just on headwind to stay with the group. Oh, and this was a really dangerous part of the race. So the two lap juniors kind of pushed me out wide, and the guy in front fell, and I barely avoided that one. I think I scraped him a little bit as I was passing. But yeah, that was the most dangerous part of the race. I almost straight up hit the guy on the ground. So that was one of the cases where the lap riders were not really supposed to be there. But it is what it is. And I think here my teammate actually yells at the guys in front, where he tells them to start working together in order to get the breakaway back. But I don't think he realizes at this point that the foundation guy is actually the teammate of the leader. So I should have told him that. But we kind of figured out right around this time that it's gonna end up being a field sprint, so we just kind of chilled. Alright, and that's it for now. I will be back around a lap to go, just finish off the commentary. back. Alright, and this is now lap to go. We are just passing, or we're just about to pass the finish start finish line here. And I am taking this wheel for a free ride up to the front. This was ideal at this point, because I was trying to be top 4 or 5 wheels coming into the last lap, which I think I'm doing well now, and this pace is definitely speeding up now. And my thinking here is I wanted to grab this foundation guy's wheel, because I know he didn't do any work really. He was covering moves, but he wasn't really pulling through. He was slowing down the field, so I know he has energy left, or at least that's what I'm thinking. So ideally I want to fight for his wheel here, and I let a little bit of a gap open here, but I then let my momentum carry me through, and I try and fight for this spot right here. So I push out the guy. I didn't really push him out, but I cut in, I grab his wheel again, I take this turn well, and now I can kind of do a little dig just so I stay, because I know the front guys will try and attack. This last lap attacks go through, or last race we had a lot of last lap attacks, or felt like it, right on this stretch, so I knew it was gonna come. And the guy in front was the guy number 915, the guy that basically pulled us for the last 3 laps. So he did a really good job overall. And I see this guy on the left trying to go through, but I would rather not it wind, so I'm still staying behind the foundation guy. And we have the inside turn, which is what you want to fight for that last corner. But he's doing a good job up there. He's getting up, he's getting in the front. But I like where I am now. I'm not gonna try and jeopardize that. So now we left the inside open, which I think was a mistake. Especially because I kind of expected somebody to come through, and I was thinking in my head, as soon as somebody comes through the inside, I'm gonna jump on their wheel. And you will see, I'm looking back and I see a guy come in, and I'm trying to jump in, and my teammate is right there and he yells at me. And so I go back for a second to not crash into him. So I take this corner because of it, a little bit too sharp, and actually hit this guy a little bit. So we were kind of pushing each other. And so now I'm too far back. I lost the wheel and I have to sprint right away out of the corner. So I look back right here and I dropped everybody else. So now I know we're fighting for second, third, and fourth here. And I'm trying to dig and sprint really hard all the way to the line. I'm back in my seat. I'm drilling it down. We passed the German guy, and my teammate and I am getting second and third. So yeah, that was it. That was it, guys. Thank you for watching. That was one of, well, probably my best race so far. Really good outing for our team as well. Getting 2 guys on the podium. Overall, pretty happy and stoked with the result. And we will be there again next weekend. I'm actually racing doubleheader next weekend. On Sunday, 7 a.m. and then I'm racing 7 a.m. on Sunday, and I'm racing 9:40 again on Sunday. 2 different races up in New York, so it's gonna be one hell of a weekend. But stay tuned for those race breakdowns as well. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.
Haha. Yeah, buddy. Oh, man. Fuck that deal. Yeah. We did most work. So much fucking work. Yeah. Last week it was 14 mile an hour. Today was 18. Man. It's alright. Yeah, that was my fault. He peeled away, I was second wheel. And he had a teammate behind me. No one was chasing him. He's a teammate behind me. And I didn't know until he was already far out. And the other guy said, don't chase. I love it. You in Colombia? Nice, man. What year? Stop this year? Oh, it's a good finish.
Was there one guy in the front?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like a minute up on us.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
You ride the whole race from the front.
Yeah, it's hard. No one wants to, yeah, because it's that windy, no one wants to really fall or burn. It's alright. I saw your wheel, I'm like, fuck, let's go. I got you like